Yo, this Ken with the Ken and Lee show, man.
This Lee with the Lee and Ken show.
Hey, we here, man. We here in Los Angeles, California, man, with the homies from the Hundreds. So right now I'm finna introduce.
Hold on. I gotta do this. You gotta let me do this one, man.
It's still my show. It's still my show.
We gonna talk about that later. Man, but we here with Jon Hundreds, man. Like we in the warehouse. We out here in LA. This is, man, I can't even explain it. Words can't express how we feel being here with him today. So we really appreciate him doing this.
Okay, it's my turn. It's my turn. Back with Jon the Hundreds, man. He told you, I told you, Ken and Lee told you. So we're gonna let Jon tell you about the Hundreds. We're gonna let Jon tell you about the company, where it's going, where it's been, and how did it start, man. And also he's a sneakerhead, so pay attention, man. Pay attention. Ken and Lee show.
Lee and Ken show.
What's up, everybody? Jon Hundreds. Over here at the Hundreds warehouse with my boys Lee and Ken and Lee show. Chopping it up with them, say what's up, see what's coolin'. Let's get this thing started. So back in 2006, we'll start over there. My brother Ben and Bobby started a clothing company in 2003, and it was just, at the time, it was just a hobby for them, and I was just working, going to school, trying to graduate college at UCLA, and Ben and Bobby were at they were at law school, and I would just help them out, just getting things started with, you know, whatever help they needed, getting stuff printed, going to get stuff shipped out, and then gradually as things started to catch fire, Bobby started his blog. Everything was based around our blog. We were the first company to ever start a clothing company with a blog, basically blog based, that would show all of our fans what we do in order to, you know, run our company, so you can basically capture what it is that we've always done. But in 2006, when I graduated college, I didn't really see myself doing the major that I wanted to do, was sociology. I didn't see myself doing anything with it at the time. My brother needed help, and it kind of came to fruition with that. He just needed help, and I decided just to come along because I had been helping out here and there since the beginning. And so just gave it a try, and from there, it was more my brother needed help. I was always a fan from the start. I've always liked clothing my whole entire life, from shoes to, you know, just getting dressed up in a suit in my days working at Nordstrom. So in 2006, when I started out as the production manager for the company, getting all the t-shirts printed, placing orders for all of our cut and sew, our hats, our beanies, working and tooling with the clothing that we were making at the time. But the main part was making sure that we get all of our t-shirts printed correctly, because, you know, the bulk of our business at the time, and even now, is printing t-shirts. Over time, just continue with the production manager and just being my brother's right-hand man. And then about 2-3 years ago, no, about 5 years ago, we went and bought out our screen printers that had been printing all of our t-shirts and sweatshirts and everything. They wanted out of the game. They didn't want to do it anymore, so they approached us and said, hey, why don't you guys buy this out so you guys can control your own production yourself. And that's where I kind of went into, was to run all the production as well as the company as far as screen printing. So now I'm the CEO of Mixed Media Productions, which is our production house that handles all of our printables, all of our mainly all of our printables, all of our like cut and sew stuff that needs printing, anything that needs to get printed, we handle here, as well as printing for other clothing companies or any kind of printing at all, basically.